Getting a low bonus in a law firm is not a fun thing. And I know that, especially as a young attorney, I remember looking forward to getting a bonus. And the bonuses can be fairly large, and they can be something that you work for kind of all year in addition to your salary. Bonuses in major firms typically come all the time, but in smaller firms they may not. During recessions, a lot of times people don't get bonuses, or the bonuses are very small. One way to think about bonuses, the people that are watching this tend to be very young attorneys, so you may be in your 20s or younger, and you need to remember that a career in the legal profession is a long thing. I mean, if you look at politicians and stuff, I mean, they're in their 70s, and some of them are even in their 80s, and they're still working, and you can practice law into your 70s and 80s. So a little blip in not getting a bonus in a career that's going to last 50 more years is not really that big of a deal. As a young attorney, it's a time to get good experience and to get along well with others and to develop a solid reputation with people that you can leverage into whether or not it's an in-house job or more business and so forth in the future. So you really shouldn't look at a bonus as something in a short-term way, is my opinion. The other thing is you should be glad that you have a job. A lot of attorneys do not have jobs and do not have good jobs, and so not having a bonus one year is not the worst thing in the world. But what I would say is if your firm isn't paying bonuses, then obviously it's your decision of whether or not you want to look for a job in the new year. There may be reasons for your firm not paying bonuses. I mean, some of the reasons could be that the partners are taking all the money, or the firm's not being run well, or you maybe not getting a bonus because you don't have enough hours. So I think the answer that I would say in terms of the best way to deal with not receiving the bonus that you want is to think long term. Is this firm a place where I'm comfortable, where I can feel like I can spend the rest of my career? Are there reasons I didn't receive a bonus? People are acutely aware of the bonuses that their firms are paying, that other firms are paying. And if you're in a market where bonuses typically aren't paid, then it's not that big of a deal. If you're in a market where bonuses are paid all the time and you're not receiving a bonus, that may concern you. So it may be a reason for you to look. But you need to think very, very carefully before you leave or before you get upset about not receiving a bonus, because you need to think about what kind of work you're doing. Certain practice areas like trust and estates or family law or some other things may not necessarily be the types of work where bonuses are given, because if you're working for individuals, there's not as much money coming in and the billing rates aren't as high than if you're working for companies. And so you need to think in terms of the firm you're in, the environment that you're in, the strength of your practice area, and whether or not you're doing what you want. And just remember, it's not all about money. It's about your ability to do the work you want over the long term.